Hey, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your main man, Uncle Freezy. I'm rocking on the Mets channel. Not for sure what to do with it. I know I want to talk net. I know I want to talk Mets, right? I know I want to talk Mets, but not for sure. How to package this because it's kind of new. So shout out to the viewers. Thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with us. I've been asked to do this Mets channel, and to be honest with you, to be quite honest with you, I'm very passionate about the Mets. Um, for those that don't know me and probably watching this for the first time, man, I've been a Mets fan for a long time, and I really, really would like to get a Mets channel up and going, something that fans can connect with, something that you guys can come on and rock with, right? Um, something that you guys can come on and ask your questions, and we can have open dialogue. So open dialogue about this thing that we call Mets. You know what I'm saying? Mets universe. I guess the metaverse, I guess, is what we could call it. I'm not for sure. This idea is so new to me. I can't quite figure out how to. I can't quite figure out how to um, create it and have it be fun for everybody involved. So what I decided to do is just to go, and then we can kind of change things as we go along, like create maybe a short intro, things of that sort, stuff like that. JJ is in the building, my guy. JJ, what's good? It's good to see you, brother. Um, bro, hey man, listen. Mauricio is impressive, right? Um, my thing, the drawbacks with Mauricio is I thought he was like a great athlete, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's very skilled and has natural talent. But man, them bombs that he hit, bro. My man straight up hit some bombs. Yes, man. Mauricio looks like he's every bit of 212, 215 versus being when we saw him 160. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I saw him standing there, I thought it was Starling Marte. And I was like, Marte don't wear a double digit number. And I kept looking, kept looking, kept looking. I was like, Marte don't wear a, but Mauricio is way bigger than Starling Marte, bro. Yes. Yes. And you know what? I like your ideas already. DH Mauricio, some put Beatty at third. I like that. But what do you do with Escobar? That's my only thing. I like Escobar, man. I like Escobar, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Am I in love with Escobar? No. Right? I think Escobar is a very good major league ball player. Um, switch hitter, solid defensively. Do we need more offense out of third? Yeah. We need offense out of left field, third base, and DH. Yeah, I feel you because they're everyday guys like Escobar and Canna. They're both like everyday people. You know what I mean? Mets in the building. Mets was good. It's good to see you, brother. Yeah, Mets. I see you. Mets said those are the three spots that we stunk. Yeah, yeah. And then the thing that bothers me too is not to sound regretful, but Tomas Nido won a batting title in AAA. Like he would look like Tomas Nido won a batting title in AAA, right? And he gets to the majors and he can't hit. So I don't know. I don't know what that speaks to. Is that you're gonna get one thing or the other type? Because for the money, man, Nito was a is man throwing out runners. I like him, bro. I don't know what his numbers say, but Tomas Nido throwing out runners, I like it. Right. Um, I really, really like Brett Beatty's approach at the plate too in spring training. I kind of like his and y'all look, I just got the like right before I jumped on, I had just purchased the MLB.TV thing where you can watch all the minor league games and the major league games and all of that stuff. I just paid for that. So I'm gonna be watching that and Knicks basketball. Man, it's gonna be a fun ride, man. It's gonna be a fun ride. I just spoke to Hoodie Cav about an hour ago. Hoodie Cav is telling me that he thinks Scherzer and Verlander are going to be top 5 in the Cy Young race. JJ says we need power, and Mauricio and Beatty and Alvarez all have 30 home run potential right now. Hey, don't forget Mark Vientos. Vientos has poor pitch selection. Like, I don't think he'll be a hitter. Like, I don't think he's gonna be. I think what we should expect from Vientos is maybe like 235, 240, right? About 20 home runs in limited action, right? I think what you can expect from Alvarez is about 260 early on, about 260, 265, and about 35 home runs off the rip. Mauricio, I think you're probably looking at like the 250s in limited action and somewhere between 15 and 20 home runs in limited action if he gets that. Brett Beatty is the one that I have the highest hopes for. I think Brett Beatty can be somewhere between 270 and 290 and get you 20 to 25 home runs. He's got pop, bro. But he's more disciplined than the other guys. Hey, JJ, you know what that swing reminds me of, right? And I told Hoodie Cav this, and Hoodie Cav lost his mind. But yo, Brett Beatty's swing reminds me of a David Wright or Mike Piazza, right? Not the results. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get the results. I'm talking about just the pure aesthetics, just what we're looking at, right? Not the damage that's caused, but just the swing itself. Bat to ball, man. I like Brett Beatty. Is he my favorite prospect? I don't know. Is he my favorite prospect? I don't know. I'm not for sure. But what I do know about Brett Beatty is that he is a major leaguer. Right? The only thing about him is finding a place for him to play. Right? Because if you bring him up, if you bring him up, do you give him everyday reps? I think all these kids, Beatty, Vientos, um, Mauricio, Alvarez, I think they all need everyday reps every day. Like they have to be in some type of rotation. They have to be in some type of set lineup. Like like maybe Vientos is the DH against, right-handed pitching, right? Maybe Beatty is the left fielder versus right-handed pitching. Adele Chapman is in the building. Hey, what's good, boss? How the family doing? How the family doing, boss man? Yeah, man. I have a whole bunch of Knicks stuff that I have to do, but I really love these Mets, man. The Mets thing, the Mets thing is the Knicks thing is my passion. The Mets thing is my passion's passion. If you get what I'm saying. Hey, AC, congratulations, bro. I hope everybody is doing well and is healthy and is happy. Yeah, AC. I hope everybody is doing well, is healthy and is happy, man. Um Mauricio is making a case. Ronnie Mauricio right now is what I call pitching a tent in my heart, right? Hey man, me too. Hey, listen, I know the struggle, and I'm hurt right now too. I'm injured right now too. The doctor's telling me to keep my feet up all day. So he's like, no physical activity, just keep your feet up for 6 to 8 weeks. Mm. So you know what the scale's gonna tell me in 6 to 8 weeks. I'm milking it too, by the way. I'm milking it too, by the way. Subs eating sub sandwiches with my legs up on the bed, watching sports. Oh, I'm milking it, bro. I'm milking it, brother. I am milking it. I'm milking it, man. Like I'm telling you, I'm so uncomfortable. I can't get healthy unless I have a number 7 from Subway and the Mets on at 1 o'clock. I'm milking it, brother. But anyway, back to these Mets, right? Who do you guys want to see make this roster coming out of camp? I'm excited for a lot of guys. I ain't gonna lie. And AC says boxing is my kryptonite. I love it, but jump roping kills my knees. Feeling like Rocky the Sixth movie. Hey man, I bro, I love it too, man. I gotta find me a place. I gotta find a place. But the only way you're gonna get your quick twitch muscles right is by jump roping. Jumping rope is what gets your quick twitch muscles right and gets your stamina up. You got to do it. Quick twitch. JJ says this is exciting to see all these super talented bats in the minor league system. Now we need some more young pitchers, right? The thing about that, the cool thing about it is the draft is coming up in June, right? So or July. I think they're wrapping everything up in an All Star weekend now, right? Um, we'll get the young pitching. We'll definitely get the young pitching. It's just a matter of time before we get the young pitching, and then plus young pitchers and catchers take longer to develop. So we may already have young pitching that just has not taken a step yet. So we have three good young catchers. I include Nito in that young catching group. I think Nito was what 26. I'll check and see since I have the internet right here. Let me move some things around here. Okay, Nito is 28. Okay. And that's still really young for a catcher, by the way. And he's on a 2-year, $3.7 million contract. Mauricio and Beatty are under the microscope. Defense, bat and all. Vientos better produce. I want him in, but he gotta show something. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you on that, bro. I, I think it's a basically we're in a great position. Because ideally, this is just me, right? Ideally, if we didn't have a Pete Alonso, you'd play Vientos and or Beatty at first base. Play Mauricio at third, right? Bring up Alex Ramirez to play some left and center in 2 years, right? I like Brandon Nimmo in center. I like Brandon Nimmo, period, right? Is he a long-term center fielder? I'm not for sure. Defensively, is he better than Alex Ramirez? I can answer that right now. No. Alex Ramirez's ranges are wide. He's basically a young pup. You don't know exactly what you're going to get from him, but what I would say is even if he's on the radar, bring him along slow. If they just said don't look for Alex Ramirez for another couple years, I'd be frustrated by it, but I would understand it. Yep. Yep. JJ, I'm with you. Every tool in the shed, bro. This dude has everything. Right? The only thing is you don't want to bring him up too early and then have a Lastings Millage situation. Y'all remember Lastings Millage? Where the tools were so attractive that we couldn't help ourselves. Yeah, AC, you remember? Do you remember Lastings Millage? Like all these tools, you're like, oh my god, this dude is gonna be something. And then we rushed him, and then and the same can be said for Ruben Tejada, where all the tools were there at shortstop, but you're like, did we bring him up too early? Probably. You know what I mean? Ruben Tejada. Oh, it was just so. So if they slow cook on Alex Ramirez, I'm okay with it. Yep, yep, yep. Super talented, but never paying. And I believe it's because we rushed him. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's because the dude was so good, or not good, but looked so like effortless doing everything that we rushed him. And JJ asked, so how do we fit all these kids? Well, I tell you what I would do. Let me first start with Alvarez, right? With Alvarez, you got to send him to the minors, right? Because you already have two very good major league catchers and Omar Narvaez and Tomas Nido. Nemo can't hit, right? He can't hit right now. I think that part of his game may soon come, right? That part of his game may soon come. And I don't mean jump from like batting 190 to batting 290. What I'm saying is maybe going from batting 200 to maybe batting 235, 240. And if you get 235, 240 from a catcher, you're winning. You feel me? Because everybody's not going to be Salvador Perez. Everybody's not going to be Salvador Perez. So you know what I mean? So let's not even go there. Everybody's not going to be Salvador Perez, right? Everybody's not going to be Johnny Bench. So if you get 235, 240 from Thomas Nido and a excellent run stopper, right? Excellent run stopper, super attentive behind the plate. As far as pitch framing goes, I'm not sure about the pitch framing aspect of things. Because I'm already paying for all these statistical websites, like for the Knicks, that I, I'm like, oh, do I really want to, invest money in baseball stuff too? But Thomas Nido does look like a good pitch framer, right? And that's what you need when you have all these veterans, right? When you have the Quintanas and the Carrascos and the Verlanders and the Scherzers and all the old arms out of the bullpen. You need good pitch framers, right? What do I expect from Omar Narvaez? Offense. That's what I expect out of Omar Narvaez. Just off rep. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. What we expect from Narvaez is probably 265, 15, 16, 17, 18 home runs. A rotation with Tomas Nido. And JJ says lack of power still concerns me. Is why I want these kids up. They have the pop we need. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think our lack of pop doesn't come from the kids. JJ, I know this for certain. I'm the only person that said this, and maybe because I'm wrong, but y'all know me, man. I'm not afraid to say something, be wrong, and reassess. But I don't think our lack of pop comes from the kids. I think our outfield not producing power hurts us. When you look at our outfield, we don't have a right fielder that's hitting 30 home runs. We don't have a center fielder that's capable of hitting 30 home runs. And we don't have a left fielder capable of hitting 30 home runs. Right? Generally, most MLB teams have a powerful right fielder and a powerful left fielder, even if they don't get power from their center fielder. But for the most part, your starting outfield should get you somewhere between 70 and 90 home runs. The starting outfield should get you somewhere from 70 to 90 home runs. Right? And when I say 70, I don't mean one guy hitting 50. I'm saying generally on the corners, you want to have like the Phillies have Kyle Schwarber in left field. The Phillies legit have Kyle Schwarber in left field. Don't talk to me about defense. Don't talk to me about defense when I saw Kyle Schwarber in left field for a team that went to the World Series. And you know what? It's not the first time Kyle Schwarber has played left field for a team that went to the World Series. Right? Teams sacrifice some defense for home run power. It's not anything new. This is what's been. Right? This is what's been. There were years when the Mets had Moises Alou in left field. Y'all remember Moises Alou in left field for us? Yeah. Moises Alou was not what you call an elite defender. Let me just put it that way. You just put it that way. AC says Marte being hurt affected our power. Yeah, but Marte is still not a 30 home run guy. Right? You want 70 home runs at a minimum from your outfield. Right? For the most part, you want about 70 home runs from your outfield. You want about 100 home runs from your infield, right? And I'm talking about starting, right? You want 70 home runs from your outfield, right? And then on the infield, on your corners, you want about 25 home runs apiece from third base and first base, right? And then whatever you can get up the middle. So you want about 100 home runs on you. Ideally, it would be 25 across. Most second basemen are not hitting 20, 25 home runs. Most shortstops are not hitting 20, 25 home runs. So ideally, you probably want 30 on from third, and then you want 30 from first base, and then some combination of 20 and 20 from the middle. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. That's asking a lot. And then from your catcher, you probably want about 10 or 12 home runs from your catcher, because you want your catcher to be mostly defense and game calling. Yeah. AC says, love the Lou. Wish he was able to stay healthy. Yeah. Yo, he never wore batting gloves either. He was old school. Yep. And you know what? And out of all of the Alous that played in the major league, I don't even think he was the best Alou. My uncles and them tell me that the Alou brothers that played in the late 60s, early 70s were better than him. Yeah, man. There were like 3 Alou brothers that played in the late 60s, early 70s, man. And Moises may have been the best offensively out of all of them, but all around, those Alou brothers could play, bro. And the thing with Mark Canha too, JJ, to your point about Mark Canha, is not that Mark Canha is a bad player overall. He just don't give you nothing. Like Mark Canha is that dude in left that's holding it down. He just holding it down. Like he ain't gonna give away a game. He gonna get on base, probably walk a lot, find a way to get on base, but he ain't gonna do no damage with his bat. Right? I need a dude in left field like Henry Rodriguez. Hey, anybody y'all remember y'all remember O. Henry from the Chicago Cubs? Yeah, I remember that, like the very pre Sammy Sosa era. They had I think his name was Henry Rodriguez. The dude, he couldn't play left field at all. He was there for the bat. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The dude, he used to play left field for the Cubs. He was only there to hit the ball onto Waverly Ave. That was his job. Right? The Cubs pitchers used to get so mad, like balls used to drop in front of him and all that stuff, and it looked like he was a disaster in left. But yeah. AC says Ken is a glue guy, shouldn't be a starter, but is not a negative on the team. Yeah, I don't want to see him nowhere. Right? I understand like the glue guy thing. Listen, man. In the playoffs, you got to hit and stop them from hitting. Defense is optional. You got to hit and stop them from hitting. I understand, like, it's impressive to have a great defense, but I think a great defense only takes you so far. I would settle for a top 20 defense and a top 5 offense any day. That's in baseball because baseball, it's hard enough to hit a baseball by itself, right? Just hitting a baseball is hard, right? I don't need a guy running down stuff in the gap. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Like the Mets legit last year, the Mets got as far as they got with very good pitching and clutch hitting, right? Some good defense on certain, at times we had good defense. Nito played good defense at times. Francisco Lindor is great defense all the time, right? Luis Guillorme is an excellent Gold Glove defender caliber. But nobody's going to tell me that Brandon Nimmo, Mark Canha, and Starling Marte on a game-to-game basis was a great defensive outfield. Not on a game-to-game basis. They all made great plays at times, but no, they don't give me the vibe. And I like Brandon Nimmo's defense, right? By the way. But it doesn't give me Mike Cameron vibes. It doesn't give me Carlos Beltran vibes in center field, right? Now, when we talk about the young kid Alex Ramirez, he gives me Mike Cameron, Devon White. JJ, you remember Devo? You remember Devon White, center fielder for the Blue Jays, Texas Rangers, California Angels? You remember Jim Edmonds? You remember Jim Edmonds in center field? AC, you remember Jim Edmonds in center field, bro? You couldn't hit a ball out there. In St. Louis, at one time, St. Louis had Larry Walker in right and Jim Edmonds in center. You couldn't dare think about taking the extra base on those two. And Matt says, yeah, man, I remember Jim Edmonds. Yeah, man. He would go get it, man. Those dudes would get. Brandon Nimmo doesn't give me those type of vibes. Like he would go get it. You know what I'm saying? That like you know what I'm saying, above average defender. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I love Nimmo and I love homegrown talent, right? I'm the homegrown talent guy. So if you're asking me like, yo, do you want to go get Brian Reynolds? I'm like, nah, I'm good. If they go get him, then I'll be okay with it. But I love bringing talent up through your farm system and then watching them develop on our team. That I'm that guy, right? Now, if you're telling me that I can package all these so-and-sos to get Mike Trout, would you if you ask me straight up, would you trade Francisco Alvarez and Brett Beatty and Alex Ramirez for Mike Trout? Yes. Bye. But it's only certain guys that I would be open to doing that for. Right? It's only certain guys, right? Otherwise, don't talk to me about all-stars and all of that stuff that the Mets could possibly. Don't talk to me about Rafael Devers, you know what I'm saying, and Manny Machado type guys. I think offensively, what Rafael Devers does for the Red Sox right now, I think I might be able to get that out of Brett Beatty at some level. Below average defense, good hitter, good pop, cats that can stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Young guy. I think I can get that out of Brett Beatty at third. Right? Right. Don't talk to me about Matt Chapman, You know what I'm saying? At third base or whatever. No, I'm cool. I'm cool with just letting, Brett Beatty in that position. You know what I'm saying? I would even go as far to say I think if you put Guillorme over there and let Brett Beatty DH, I'd be okay with that. Even though you don't want your young player not to play defense, you don't want. For instance, you don't want to DH Pete Alonso full time to put Brett Beatty at first, right? And I think this should be one of the topics of conversation that we should be having, because even though Pete Alonso is getting better every year as a first baseman, Pete Alonso was not a great defender at first. Right? AC says Trout got a bad back. Stay from. Nah, man. AC, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna find Mike Trout stats from last year, and you tell me if you. I'm gonna just find Mike Trout stats from last year real quick. I hadn't looked at them, but let me see. So Mike Trout is going into his age 31 season. He played 119 games. He scored and oh my God, come on, AC. In 119 games, this dude scored 85 runs. In 119 games, he had 124 hits. He had 28 doubles, 2 triples. AC, in 119 games, this dude hit 40 home runs, bro. 40 home runs in 119 games. Right? And that's what, oh my God. And this dude's OPS for his career is over 1,000 for his career. His OPS is over 1,000 for his career. Right? And here's the sweeter part of that, right? If we were to trade for Mike Trout, we'd play him in left field. We put him in left field. So everybody gets what they want. We get a number 3 hitter. We get a 3-hole hitter, a true one, a real one, right? We get a real 3-hole hitter in front of Pete, right? You get a left fielder that can play Gold Glove left field. You can DH him some, right? And now your outfield looks like Nimmo, Trout, Marte. Sign me up. Would I have to watch Alvarez and Beatty and all those guys thrive as Anaheim Angels? Probably. But in the short term, we can redirect our pipeline, or the way that we look at our pipeline, and root for Ronnie Mauricio and Jet Williams. Right? We can root for the growth of Kevin Parada. Yeah, JJ, I'm with you. Corner outfield supposed to be power hitters. I'm with you on that. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm absolutely with you on that. Right? Right. Now I know Anaheim is not trading Mike Trout. For those of y'all watching this for the first time, I know they're not trading Mike Trout. But what I'm saying is the only way I could even come to grips with trading an Alvarez or a Beatty or a Vientos or a Ramirez is if it was like a Mike Trout type guy. Period. Anything less than that, I don't even want to hear it. Don't talk to me about Matt Chapman or Brian Reynolds or none of that. I don't care, because in 2 years, I think Alex Ramirez will be that freakishly good, once in a generation potential type guy in center field, right? And also I could see Ronnie Mauricio moving to right field, right? I could see the scenario where our outfield is Brett Beatty in left, Alex Ramirez, Ronnie Mauricio, and Brandon Nimmo. I want Brett Beatty at third. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want Brett Beatty at third, right? But we have so many good young prospects, man. Does that not make y'all excited? Yeah, not man. I'm excited, man, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm super excited about us having all these young prospects that we can kind of, bro. Alvarez is not even the best young, or is not only the good young catching prospect that we have. I mean, this Parada kid is a polished college bat, right? Good pitch selection. This kid Jet Williams, I think they think he's the future, even though he's a midget. JJ, I'm with you, bro. I'm super excited about the prospects, man. But let me shift gears a little bit. Let me shift gears a little bit and talk to you guys about the Mets pitching rotation. And y'all tell me what y'all think. All right, Mets starting. According to MLB.com, the Mets rotation looks like Scherzer, Verlander, Quintana, Senga, Carrasco, Peterson, McGill. And I absolutely agree. And the closing, from the closer back to short relief, looks like Diaz, Ottavino, Robertson, Drew Smith, Brooks Raley, Hernandez. I don't know if Bryce Montez de la Oca is gonna be the guy. I guess we'll have to see, right? Zach Green, a bunch of guys, Darrell Reyes, Tommy Hunter. I don't know, man. I don't know. At first base, they have Pete Alonso, Daniel Vogelback, Darren Ruff, and Mark Vientos. Right? I'm done with Darren Ruff. There's nothing you can tell me about Darren Ruff, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be an ass or anything about Darren Ruff, but I can't take it. I do like Jose Peraza. I do like Luis Guillorme and Jeff McNeil all at second base. Right? At third base, Escobar, Beatty, Vientos. I don't like Vientos at third. At short, I do like Danny Mendick. I ain't gonna lie. I do like Danny Mendick. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued there. In left field, they have Pham, Abraham Almonte. I'm not for sure what we get there. Jeff McNeil, Mark Canna. In center, they have Canna, Almonte, Marte, and Nimmo listed. And in right field is Marte, Pham, and Almonte. I'm not sure what we get there either. I am totally through with certain guys though. I am totally through with certain guys though. Darren Ruff, look, I don't even want to hear it, bro. Yo, JJ, I don't even want to, man, Darren Ruff, I'm almost there. I'm almost at that point with Vogelback, bro. Why is he here? What do we need with Vogel? What's Vogelback providing for this team? Let me look at. I'm gonna look at his numbers as a Met. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my man's numbers. Hold on, let me. Vogelback as a Met. All right. Where is it? 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 Seattle, Seattle, Seattle. 3 teams. All right, Daniel Vogelback as a Met batted 255. That's not bad. That's not as bad as what I thought. Okay. Vogelback wasn't as bad as a Met. He had 38 hits. Vogelback had 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. Okay. Vogelback wasn't as bad as what I thought. Right. But I still no, 255, 6 home runs, batting 255. I can get that from Mark Vientos right now. Right? I can get that from Mark V. Why are we even? What's the why? What's the point? What's the point of having a guy that's going back 255, 6 home runs, 28 RBIs, a veteran? The only drawback is that if you give that role to Vientos, you start his free agency clock. That's it. But so what? So what? JJ says facts. Get them both out of here and give me the kids. Bim, I'm with you. I'm with you. What do you prefer, Vientos or Daniel Vogelback? Give me Vientos right now. What's the point? What's the point in holding on to a guy that's not going to be a difference maker? The only difference is that Mark Vientos bats right. That's it. I mean, Vientos bats right, right? That's it. That's the only difference. And then on top of that, Vientos is 23. How long are you going to wait? How long are you going to wait? And you have a bunch of guys that bat left anyway. Narvaez bats left. Vogelback bats left. McNeil bats left. Guillorme bats left. Escobar's a switch hitter. Brett Beatty bats left. Almonte's a switch hitter, but that's neither here nor there. Where's my shortstop depth chart at? Yeah, and Lindor switch hits. Yeah. What's the point? You don't need a left-hand bat, right? All you need is a guy that can rake, regardless if it's a left or right handed pitcher. The Smoking Nick is in the building. What's good, Smoke? Smoke, what's good, bro? All right. I'm gonna wrap up right here, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go do some Knicks talk the way that we like to have that Knicks talk to us. I hadn't been through in a minute, so I just wanted to come through and hang out with you guys, chop it up for a little bit. I'm about to switch over to the Knicks joint. I'm gonna try to do this Met stuff more often. Maybe if I can get my system set up right, maybe I can do watch-alongs. Hey, how are y'all with doing watch-alongs for the Mets in spring training? That sounds exciting to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer to do the watch alongs for the Mets as opposed to when you admit RJ is a bust. Hey man, I don't know. I'm just enjoying the ride, man. I'm just excited about the Knicks being 10 games over 500. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, shout out to y'all. Peace, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, hanging out with me. We're going to try to do this a little bit more often. I kind of like this cozy feel, too. You know what I'm saying? With this group that we got, man. Maybe we'll spread the word and invite some others to come through, hang out with us. I'm going to try to make the channel better. I just need to get some content up so I can get a feel for the audience so I know what to create. Right? I'm going to holler at y'all in a few minutes. I'll see y'all on Blowing's Tears, man. Peace, y'all.